Hey, good morning, Fraser Christian. It's the first day of the Human Animal Challenge. I'm in the car park, the edge of civilization. I'm just about to meet all the guys and then we're going to get up to the woods. Stay tuned. The weather's looking ominous. There's even been a name to the storm, so this challenge may be called the name of the storm. Anyway, let's go meet the crew. So there they are. 6 lucky people, 6 brave people. They don't really know what they're getting involved with. Hello, guys. Hey, how you doing? All right? Good journeys? Yeah? Well prepared? All had a good breakfast? No. Coffee. Right. So, we met here because the woods are in the middle of nowhere. Let's get in our cars, let's get up to the woods and let's go and start this challenge, yeah? Yeah. Let's go. Saddle up. So here they come, the Human Animal Survival Challenges. Right, guys? Yeah. Welcome to our hut. Just take a seat down there and I'll show you what kit you're going to get. Get yourselves comfy for the last time. Enjoy the warmth of our fire. Welcome to the first morning of the Human Animal Challenge. My name's Fraser Christian. These are the contestants, the challengers, all the good sports, whichever way you want to look at it. They're going to introduce themselves now. In front of them is a pile of kit, really kindly donated for this cause. Some amazing kit. And when all these guys applied for this, there was no promise of any kit. Okay? There's some amazing kit here, and we say if you're going to take kit with you, make sure it's quality kit. Okay? And I'm going to go through now and mention the sponsors, which is only fair. Okay? Firepot Foods, down here in Dorset, handmade. I visited the kitchen. Normal, real ingredients, okay? And if you're going to go off, you should always have something with you, and they're going to go off with one meal. This challenge is about them going off, maybe staying in the woods for one night. They were intending just to go off to test some kit for one night, okay? A landslide, anything's happened, they're here trapped now. It's a perpetual survival situation. It's going to be a maximum of 5 days for practicality, but if they don't demonstrate perpetual, continual survival, so they could be there forever, they're going to go. If they break the rules, and there isn't very many rules, so that's going to be safety, okay? That's going to be cheating, okay? Which we're all going to see anyway because we're going to film it. So anything that they do that's outside of the remit, so at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever time it gets dark, there's going to be no knife work. Injuring yourself in the wild is probably one of the worst things you can do. So there's going to be some basic rules. I've chosen all of these guys because they've got prior knowledge and between them different knowledge. They're going to be in 2 teams operating as a team of 3 people, okay? And it's going to evolve and you're going to get to see everything. There's going to be live updates which you should have already seen throughout the rest of the week, but hopefully now when you're watching this, the 5 days should have been over, okay? And you'll see in the final episode if the faces are all going to be like this and if they're all left. Because if they don't survive, they're going to go. And if they go, they don't get to keep the kit. Anyway, Firepot Food, amazing. Thank you for Firepot Food. The G2 shelter by Snug Pack, okay? That's a 3x3 approximately bushcraft tarp, traditional tarp, slightly more shaped for a hammock, okay? Shelter, the priorities of survival. Shelter, fire, water, food, okay? So shelter, there's our food, okay? Water's going to be a different situation. For the water, okay, we're going to find a water source out there, definitely, but we don't know. Sorry, I should have opened this beforehand, shouldn't I? We don't know how clean it's going to be. So on this challenge, one of the rules are all water must be boiled and you must consume 1 litre a day. Because we all know we need 2 litres a day, really. And after 3 days, you're going to start to be getting dehydrated and going further than that, that's going to be a problem. So they've got the Zebra stainless steel mug from Bush Gear. Thanks to Gavin at Bush Gear. water, okay? They're going to need fire for that there as well, okay? Which at the moment, fire, I haven't put the fire sticks. Did you get the fire stills?
They're in the car.
They're in the car. Okay, we're going to go down there. They're going to get a fire still. That's the only thing we ain't got on the table. They're going to get a fire still. Then it's up to them. They're going to get some tin. They're going to give them one cotton wool pad between your team. And if you're careful, you should be able to get a few fires out of that. The weather, like we said this morning, is going to be nuts. Okay, we've got a hurricane forecast for Saturday night. So for all those people that are watching this now and thinking with all this kit they're going to get, okay, the Gervan bivvy bag, the mountain bag, okay, can be used as a bivvy bag, a hammock or an emergency tarp or a poncho, again from Bush Gear, amazing bit of shelter, okay. They're going to need to really approach this. The weather's going to be their biggest challenge, I think, and we've got a hurricane coming. It's going to have a name, and I say keep watching, because if they're here on the 5 days still smiling, okay, we're going to know that they've done really well. But again, this is going to be tough. There's a hurricane coming in. We're in a wood where there's loads of danger of trees falling down, so just finding a safe spot to camp today is going to be crucial. A knife, okay, the woodsman's knife designed by Roger Harrington, made by Castrum, okay, I'm not going to open up. Lovely little bushcraft knife in there, again a really important tool. That's going to help with your fire, hopefully, which then goes on for water. And to keep them warm, I'm wearing mine, the Bison Bushcraft shirt from Bison Bushcraft. Amazing, handmade, amazing quality and natural woolen fibre. And we're in the UK in the middle of winter, and it's probably about 70 to 80% humidity today. You can see as I'm breathing, my breath's condensating. Even if the grass looks dry out there, it's damp, okay? And wool performs really well if it's kept dry. They've got waterproofs on for extreme temperatures, but that is all they're having, okay? They've got a first aid kit, a wash kit, which isn't allowed to be used during the challenge. They've got a sleeping bag and a ground mat, okay? And that's because we don't want to go out here and waste loads of energy. You haven't got a saw, we're not going to make a log cabin. They could eventually make that, okay? But in the first instance, they want something just to be able to survive, shelter, fire, water and food. Like I said, they've taken this because we're presuming they've gone out to do this for one evening, okay? And after that, then they realise they're in a survival situation. So, introduce yourselves from the back to the audience and tell us who you are, what your name is, and possibly why you thought you might be prepared for this. So any other training you want to mention, any really good instructors, tell everyone what it's about.
So I'm Tom Gerard, I run the Woodland School, and I've been doing some bushcraft instructor training for the last 3 years with the survival school run by Johnny Crockett, and previous to that I've been a scout for the last 27 years, so I think that kind of qualifies me with a bit of background.
Cool.
My name's Seamus Kelly Hayday. I've recently become a cub leader. I did a fundamental course with Rainiers 9 years ago. And apart from that, I don't have any other accolades, so hopefully I'll survive.
Keep smiling.
Positivity.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ian Nairn. I've been a bushcraft instructor for the last 5 years. Worked with several companies, worked with Fraser, did a week with Fraser up in Scotland, which was pretty awesome. But normally when I'm out with all my kit, so this is a bit of a challenge to myself to see if I can get by with just minimal kit in some pretty horrendous conditions, hopefully. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Hi, my name is John Orr. I've done quite a lot of camping and hill walking. I've done a couple of courses with Woodlife Trails, Pablo and JP, so I think I should be okay.
I'm Scot. I'm a park ranger from South Wales,
Sorry,
as
Scott.
you can tell by the accent. My background is I've done various courses with Woodsmoke, Bison Bushcraft, and last year I did my Advanced Bushcraft Award with Woodcraft School with John Ryder.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Amy. I have a foraging business, Hipsters and Hobos, which I've been running for about the last 3 years. So I'm very much up on wild plants and potentially what we can find to eat, but quite a different set of skills than everybody else that I'm alongside. So hopefully I'll make a wonderful addition to the team and be able to work together for survival.
Yeah, brilliant, thank you. And I think personally, I don't know about you, teamwork, splitting up, having a good plan, okay? So we've got the kit. What we do is we'll pack this up now, and our first, we got that acronym, haven't we? Is it an acronym? STOP. And that stands for S-T-O-P. And that's stop, think, observe and plan. So the survival situation is going to start when the guys have got these kit in their bag, okay? And then what we're going to do, we're going to walk the perimeter of the land. We've got a confined training zone here of about 25 acres, okay? So that should be plenty for these 6 people for 5 days. And the first thing we want to do when you're in a survival situation, I nearly swore there, sorry, said in whatever, is to go round and plan. Don't commit yourself straight away. I've made this mistake before. I've committed myself to a place without properly observing all of my resources, and then woken up the next day and found, oh yeah, I slept behind this pod or behind the wall, and if I'd only gone 5 yards over there's an old shepherd's hut. You know, it's all about looking. This is where I live and I run my courses, so for me, I'm familiar with the area, but that is going to be the key, and it's going to be about these guys getting familiar and finding resources whilst addressing their shelter, fire, water and food. It's lunchtime now, it's going to get dark in another 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours, okay? So we're going to pack the kit up now, and we're going to go off and look at the area we're going to train in and where the survival situation is going to be. They're going to get to see it for the first time. They've never been here before. You're going to get to see it, and then they're going to go off in their teams and make their camps. Right, should we get packed up?
Yeah.
Let's go. So you've got all your shirts the right sizes. Put the rest of your stuff in there, and I say, I won't make you unpack all of your stuff. I mean, if there's anything you have got in there that on the list, to say you want to use it, that's up to you. If I think you've been cheating, then you might have to go. There's going to be some other stuff on the way as well. I haven't told you this yet, but you're going to get a walkie-talkie as well each. Okay, that is got enough battery life to be on standby for the whole of the challenge, and at any point there could be a signal come over that radio to say rescue, okay? And if you can demonstrate you can light a signal fire within 1 minute of that call coming onto the radio, you will be rewarded with an airdrop of some food, okay? And there's going to be some other things thrown along the way. I don't want to give it all away now anyway. As we say, keep watching. Right, let's get on and get on with it. So, we're out in the wild meadow, guys. This is the edge of the perimeters, and this is a wild meadow. There hasn't been anyone in here for, I mean, animals in here for at least 4 years now. So we've got loads and loads of diversity in here, okay? And you can come out into this meadow. This is the edge of the perimeter, and the rest of it, as you can see behind you, is this dense, unmanaged woodland coppice, okay? Hasn't been touched for 50 years, okay? This is where we run the courses. There's no hunting and trapping or any shooting goes up on there, so it's a bit like a nature reserve. So it's a really privileged sort of place to be. There's lots of resources here, and what we're going to do now, as we said earlier, we're just going to walk right round. So we start now, and we'll get right up to the top of the hill, where we can have a good look around and have a good plan, make a good observation, and make a plan of where we're going to camp. Okay? So let's crack on. Let's go up the top of the hill. Right up into the woodland now, and it comes right uphill here, and it's a chalk ridge up there, and there's lots of spring water runs down here, so you're going to find springs running down into the bottom of the hills. And this area here I'm going to show you, you've all seen the weather forecast before we come out, Tawny Owl there, look, see it? That's where it nests here, see there? Is there another one sat there in the tree? No, there's not another one. So we can avoid nesting under the Tawny Owl's house, that would be good. But this here, we've got this storm coming, you see it's all immature coppice, and we're at the top of the hill. Yeah, and I don't want to patronise anyone, but I know you know what you're doing, and if we didn't have this storm coming in now, because we have to be safe, I'd say to you, camp wherever. But if it was me, and for this challenge, because of the storm, I don't want you under the Widowmakers over there, we're at the top of the hill, cold falls downhill. Yeah? And I'm going to give you a few clues on it. If you find any vegetation now, that's more and prolific than anywhere else, that's probably because there's a spring or it's a microclimate. So if you find a patch that's bare at the moment with no green, it's probably going to be a cold spot. Okay? So, and here, this track that we're going to walk on here, this is the edge of the boundary, so anywhere down below that. Okay? Right, let's go and have a look at the rest of the land.
So did I, but the last time when that happened, it was years ago. I didn't have the rights to come back with me.
Yeah. It's just making mistakes and not getting caught out.
And the bonus of having had help. It's a big one step for a
No, it's always be safe. Right, the first team, they've just radioed through, so they found a suitable camp spot. Where is it then?
It's them up there.
Oh, it's them up there. Oh, right, it's the next team. Right, let's go on up. You guys all right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
This is our camp spot at the moment, but we're going to have a scout, see if we can find a more suitable place
Okay.
before setting up.
You know the rule, don't you? Taking all your kit with you in case you get lost. I'll see you in a minute. Right, here they are. They just radioed through the other team. They found themselves a camp spot. They're already getting set up. Right, guys? So you found yourself a camp spot?
Yep.
So why have you camped here? Tell everyone.
Plenty of shelter behind from the wind. Hopefully that's going to block a lot of the wind coming through, and we're doing a three-sided. So the shelters are going to form that nice little area where it's going to keep the heat in for us. Fire in the middle. We've got a little bit of overhead cover. There's no dangerous dead standing or anything that looks like it's going to come down. There's a little bit of hazel stuck up there. We'll get that down before we pitch Amy up. Yeah, looks like a good spot. Streams down there.
It's about the flattest bit round here because everything else is on a slope. Yeah. And we really don't fancy finding ourselves all the way down there in the morning.
Being in the stream in the morning, yeah.
Cool, right. Okay, so get yourself set up there and I'll come back and see you in a little bit then, yeah?
No worries.
Nice one, guys.
No problem.
Okay.
Here we are. Here's the other team leave. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Found a spot now?
Collecting firewood.
Cool, so you're
Taking all the dangerous stuff down first.
Yeah.
And then we've got poles, firewood and everything ready.
Perfect.
It's a bit more level and we can all face each other and have a fire in the middle.
We've got a
Perfect.
small bit of clearing here, we can have a fire in the centre.
And you're right next, you found a birch trees as well by the look of it.
And not too far from the stream either.
Yeah, and you got to say it's a good clear area, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's not too much wind.
Yeah.
And you're making use of, so instead of sawing up poles, we get lots of people that were saying you need a saw, you know, you're expelling all that energy, you're just breaking down what's already there.
Well, there's a few dead standing which we literally just pulled and they've come down. So
Yeah.
if we can't break them, we'll burn them in half.
Perfect. All right, radio free when you're on your next mission, whatever that is, the next thing you're doing, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, let's go and find the first team again. There you go. That's inside of the German bivvy bag, the mountain bag. There was an orange flag in there. Just made it really easy for me to find their camp. All right, Ian,
Hi Fraser, how you doing?
how you getting on?
Yeah, really good, mate.
Where's the rest of the team then?
Tom's just gone off to get the ferro rods. Emmy's just down there gathering some firewood. We're just preparing to get the fire lit. Obviously I'm doing some feather sticks, just dead standing willow, split it out, shaving the feather sticks, so I reckon there's a good chance of getting the spark onto that. Get that lit.
Cool. Yeah, because it's all quite damp up here at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's sodden, mate. Everything's really
So you got your
sodden.
camp done. So you've gone for individual
three-sided.
beds.
So hopefully that's going to cut the wind,
Yeah,
encourage the smoke to come this way, not into our tarps.
yeah, and you can put them down anyway, so if the smoke
Yeah,
comes.
absolutely.
So you've made it so they can all come open.
Yeah.
I expect you're going
Or
to adapt
drop them
that.
down if it's foul weather.
Yeah,
And obviously as it's replicating a survival situation where we're trying to get rescue, we've put up the
yeah.
orange
I
sheets.
noticed that. It made it
Yeah.
really easy for me to find your
Yeah.
camp. All right, excellent. So you're on with shelter, fire, water, and food. Getting on
Yeah.
with it. Working as a team.
We'll get the fire going, then we'll go and collect some water, because obviously we've got to boil the water. So there's no point collecting that until we get the fire going.
Yeah, totally. Excellent. All right, I'll come back and see you soon. I'm going to see how the other team's getting on.
No worries at all, mate. Yeah.
Nice one. All right, Amy.
Yes. I'm trying not to just sink into the bog as I'm going.
You're on fire duty, are you? Getting ready for...
Yeah, just getting as much firewood as we can while it's still light so it can last us through the evening.
It's fairly dry as well, and it's getting dark now, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
so I think the rain's going to come in, so getting well prepared.
Exactly.
All right, cool. I'm going to see the other team. I'll see you soon.
Will do.
Got the fire stills?
I have.
Right, let's have a look. Show us those still. Alright guys, still on with your shelter. Right, there you go, that's a present there from Tom. That's your fair rod, and luckily you've got some string on the top of there as well. Right, I'll see you in a second. Give us a shout when you progress to the next stage or we're doing anything else, alright? Alright guys? Ian just called me saying just about to light the fire, so and what are you doing now then, you guys?
We're just doing a bit of gathering. Found a few nuts.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, so we've got
Loads of elf caps.
Oh yeah, scarlet elf caps.
Yeah, so
I will have a look at those in a minute, like.
yeah,
so
a little bit of primrose leaves, so we've got enough for 2 mouthfuls tonight.
Cool.
If it's not quite a
Yeah.
feast.
And you're using your bag, that the
The bevy bag.
bivy bag, yeah, it's a great bag, isn't it?
Yeah, it just means that when I was out collecting wood, I could pick up a few bits as I was there, because there's not much point in walking past food and returning to it constantly.
Exactly,
so
yeah,
it's just kind of being in the moment a little bit, but still not spending too much time gathering
Exactly.
food when we're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what we say. It's like, although you're on your way to do shelter, you wouldn't go, oh, I'm not picking that food up because I'm doing shelter. Yeah. Excellent. All right, I'm going to go over to your camp then and we'll go and see.
we'll all head back in.
Let's go and see this fire. So we've got a couple of hours off till darkness now. And it looks like the rain's coming in, so this will be well timed. Right, there's Ian. And he's going to tell us how he's preparing now.
So a couple of options. Obviously we'll put the fire lay down, and I've got some cleavers, so dried goosegrass, sticky willy, whatever you want to call it. Cleavers, gallium apparine. Made 2 little balls. This one I'm going to have a go with the fire steel. I've not used these before, so presume these are good, Tom?
They work alright,
Yeah.
I've not had any problems with them so far.
So basically I've scraped, you've got to take the black coating off, so I've scraped some of that off into the tinder bundle. So we're going to try and drop sparks onto that and either get it to light or at least create an ember that we can then blow to flame. We've collected a lot of dry dead standing nettle stems, so this stuff, and hopefully that'll take. If that fails, earlier on I did some feather sticks, not the best, but it's dry willow, so these should take as well. So if we get a flame from that, we can actually use the feather sticks as well to catch the flame from that.
Prepared to fire still. You ready to go?
Hope so, yeah, we'll give it a go and see what happens. Obviously you can't guarantee this, but that's half the fun, isn't it? So I'll see if we can drop some sparks into this tinder bundle first of all. I'll just scrape a little bit more off as well. This is always a good little tip. Just go slowly, scrape some filings off there, and then hopefully when you really scrape,
Got me so crack.
you can, yeah, I'm just picturing how many of my mates are now peeing their sides laughing at me. Come on.
Still quite damp, do you think, that grass?
The grass is a little bit damp, yeah, because obviously it's been out in the air, but I'd rather be getting some really nice sparks off this than.
Did you find any birch about?
Not yet.
I think I've seen a few twigs down there.
Yeah, I think there might be a really little one near down that way.
There we go. If at first you don't succeed.
Okay, put some nettle stems on.
Success.
Right, start getting some of that kindling and just build it up. We're right about the wind, going that way.
Excellent, well done. So you've got some food as well. Amy and Tom's got some food. When you've got that sorted and you're going about to do that, give us a shout. I'll go and see how the other team's getting on.
Super.
I'll see what you're having for supper.
The next step, we'll go down to spring, just a bit downhill. I think we'll get a brew on.
Alright guys, How you doing, alright?
Yeah, we're doing good here.
Weather's coming in, isn't it?
Yeah.
You alright? Keeping warm? Keeping warm twice, are you? Been collecting wood?
Yeah.
Right. So how are we doing?
Right, we've got some feather sticks to catch in and some small twigs, and we're going to get it going now because we need a cup of, I don't know, some sort of green tea.
Excellent, right. Ready to go.
Yeah, cool.
Show the guys.
So I made one with smaller curls as an igniter, and then got the second stage and the bigger stuff. So I don't know what these feather rods are like. We'll see now.
So does the moisture get into it, do you think?
No, it's. I've got a sharp back edge on the ferro rod, on the knife, sorry.
How are you finding the knives?
Very good.
So the Swedish maybe got them from Castrum. I think I said earlier, Roger designed them from by some bushcraft.
Yeah, I used to have one of Roger's, one of these. Let's give it a clean off. Right, they do spark.
Well done. Success. It's a good feeling, isn't it? How long have you been out here now? 6 hours? 4 hours? It's a primeval feeling, isn't it, getting fire going?
It's tough, isn't it?
Right, excellent
Life's
guys.
worth living once the fire gets going.
That's a good thing to see. Don't matter how many times you've done it, it's like Christmas every time. Right.
At least now we can keep this going. We can concentrate on burning bigger stuff now and then go and looking for food.
Let's watch that tarp.
Yeah, we're not going to have a big inferno anyway.
Right. So you've got your fire going, they've had their fire going. I'm going to go up and see, they were just about ready for doing some food. And if we can come back and visit you just before it gets dark, and then when it gets dark we'll come back and see you again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. See you soon. Right, the guys from the top team said they're ready for their brew, got their brew on. You right, Amy?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
What are you up to?
Just gathering some hazel poles at the moment to start to make a bit of a roof almost for our fire, so that it
Excellent.
doesn't go out should the rain start to come down this evening.
Excellent. Right, Tom got the brew on, has he?
He does indeed.
You there, Tom?
Yeah.
So let's go and see what gourmet broths these wild chefs have created tonight. So, oh yeah, starting to get the roof smoker, everything. So, what's on the fire, Tom?
So at the moment I'm just boiling up the water, getting it cleaned up, ready for drinking. And then Amy, who is our botanical master, is mistress, is gonna whip us up something to go in it. But as well, what I've got a couple of down pieces of birch, so I'm just stripping that back, because what I'm doing is using part of the packaging off the tarp just to build a bit of a tinder kit. So I've got stuff in there that I can use for lighting the fires later on and stuff like that.
Excellent.
Starting to build it up, getting ready for the next couple of fires
Yeah.
we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want to do is, if it goes bad weather tomorrow or whatever, I don't want to be on the back foot.
Yeah.
I'd rather be ahead of the game than behind.
Cool.
So, getting the water boiling, lots of big bubbles in there, obviously plenty of heat through it, kill off any bugs or anything like that. And then let it cool down and it'll be ready to drink.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I mean, you say Amy's going to go off and try and find something to go in that, is she?
She's already started gathering a big bag of bits and pieces, so as she's going around and spots anything that's good to eat or for flavourings, things like that, she's picking them up as we go.
Brilliant.
Rather than sort of take 2 or 3 trips, might as well get it all in one trip.
So you say your team now, you've addressed shelter, fire, water and food.
Yeah.
And you're getting ahead of yourself.
We're just working on improving bits now.
Yep.
Going to get a bit of a shelter over the fire so that if it does rain, obviously the fire's going to stay in peak condition. We don't want it to die back.
But that's what it's about. It's about addressing those issues in the first instance, then constant improvement.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be transfixed out for 2 days trying to build a log cabin and not have focus on anything else, do you? Do you know what I mean?
No, it's little improvements bit by bit, and everything gets a bit more comfortable, a bit easier.
Yeah, I'm going to go back down and find the other team. They just got their fire going, and see whether they've got anything to go in it as well. Right, see you soon, Tom.
No problem, catch you later.
Right, guys?
Yeah. So that's the water on now. Just waiting now for it to come up to a good boil. Make sure that there are no bugs still alive in it.
They're good, those cups, plenty getting in them. Yeah?
Those are good.
You're going to get that right up to the boil then, and you're going to have anything, you find any sort of leaves or anything to go into that tonight?
I've seen stuff just over there, so I'm going to go now because I know I've seen some nettles and some mint.
Excellent.
So it's just to give us a bit of a taste in the water and get some nutrients as well.
Yeah, and there's, what I always say is, like, you probably heard me say it before, early man wouldn't be able to survive there. I think all that smoke in your lungs, all of these plants, they do, when we say medicine, they just work, don't they? They do lots of different things as far as taste. But one thing I can tell you here, because it's so wet, what these springs, there's loads of water mint. It's a little bit early in the day for it, but so yeah, you've achieved everything. You've done your shelter, like I was saying to the other guys, shelter, fire, water and food. You can improve it now, can't you?
Yeah.
Constant improvement, it gives you something to do, rather than trying to spend the first 3 days making a log cabin and not having your fire going, you know what I mean? You're there now, aren't you? Just constant improvement. It's really good. Everyone's done really well.
Well,
you know.
we put a basic frame up underneath the tarps as well, because there's wind's forecast, so at least then it'll give us a bit of structure so that the tarp isn't just
Yeah. You got some cross poles in there as well, so if anything does fall on you.
We've got days now to improve things.
Excellent. Right, I shall see you soon. Take care, keep warm. Right, it's almost getting dark now. Let's go and see the guys at the bottom of the hill. Although they've got head torches, they're not allowed to actually use them during the challenge, set up for health and safety, so we should almost be ready for bed. All right, guys?
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right.
Almost dark.
Maybe get a bit more wood in now.
Yeah.
Oh, a good cup of herbal tea.
Yeah, have you had a brew up, have you?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we just got another one on the boil, and then we're going to sort the fire out.
What's the flavour then? What's in
It
it?
was nettle, bittercress, sorrel, and cleavers.
Excellent. Excellent, so you're well nourished.
Very nice.
When you cracked into your ration pack yet, or you are
No, keep after it.
keeping that for emergencies?
Yeah, we don't need that yet.
Right, excellent. I'll come back and visit you just as it gets dark. I don't know what your plans are for bed, just to say good night to you and make sure you're okay before bedtime. I'll go and check on the other team. Amazing first day, thank you ever so much for putting you back into it. Welcome to Dorset in this lovely weather, but unfortunately it's going to seem more like, I don't know, West Coast of Scotland. Well, you're all going to be all right, aren't you? You're going to be fine. Right, nice one, guys. Catch you in a little bit. Take care. Right, here's the guys at the top of the hill with the orange flag. Anybody home?
Oh, yeah.
Amy's over there, beavering away. You've been tasked with something. You're making a dream catcher.
I'm making a dream catcher. No, wouldn't that be lovely? I am making the frame for a basket to let it sit next to the fire for a bit to heat set overnight, and hopefully at some point tomorrow leave it so that we've got something to collect food in.
Excellent. Here's the young men. How you doing?
And you're at you for yeah,
So all good?
Yeah.
Prepared for the night?
Yeah. Put a rabbit snare out.
You up? Yeah.
We can have a look at that after, see what you think.
We're going to have a look at that now. What it's like then.
Bit of figure 4. Well, obviously I need a deadfall or something for that. So that's probably for tomorrow or another day.
Okay, excellent. Right. You remember the rules I was just saying to those guys down there. Only using head torches for emergencies, so probably won't be going out. So do you want to come and show us where this snare is then?
Yeah, of course I will, mate. Yeah.
Lead on.
See if I hope I can find it. There's one with a rabbit hanging in it, sure. So, chosen this area, I've noticed there is actually a trail through, a game trail, Tiny little bit of rabbit fluff on the base of that tree stump as well, so it's a bit of an indicator. I don't know whether you'll pick it up, but you can see there's a track that comes through, heads off that way. So what I've done, because it was coming through a lot
Getting another close-up look.
so I've narrowed the gap down and literally just made the one passing area, which is where the tracks are. So it's on a twitch up. So I've got this sapling bent over. Here I've got some ivy tied to a hook, and then there's a hook into the ground so that the ivy is holding a hook. There's a hook in the ground there together, just on a sort of hair trigger, and then I've made an ivy snare, which is approximately a fist off the ground, which on average is a decent size for rabbit.
Let's get another close-up look at that on this. It's starting to get dark now. Can you hear the owls?
Yeah, Tony's a...
Right, so we're not going to leave these traps out because we're not that far from civilization, and I always recommend never leave traps set. But Ian's going to demonstrate it now to see if he's going to be rewarded with a rabbit. It might have been... How long would you leave it for?
Well, probably a couple of days. I mean, because we've had the fire, so I've washed myself in the smoke before I've done all this, because the last thing you want to do is put your scent on it, because obviously the animals will smell that straight away. The advantage of using the natural fibres, so the ivy, as you're actually working them, the scent from the fibres is going onto you rather than the other way around, whereas if you're using man-made stuff, you're putting your scent onto that.
Yeah.
So the scent from the ivy is transferring to my hands. So basically, yeah, it's I've set the loop there, which is held in place by two little sticks called tealers. The spacing and everything, to me, I think that's a decent enough spacing. The hole's about the right size. And the trigger mechanism, basically the rabbit, doesn't matter which way it comes from, if it comes through this way or goes through that way, it's going to pull on the snare, and the end of the snare is attached to this little hook here, which is on quite a fine trigger. So when it pulls through, it's going to dislodge that. It'll be pulled up on the twitch up. So the good thing about...
Let's have a look at that side just before you set it off.
Yeah.
It's a shame not to show you that. There we go. He's got his cord going all the way up
onto this branch.
Onto his branch. As he said, it's going to pull it. Right, I'm going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're going to eat tonight.
Okay, so hopefully, I'm not going to put the stick through because I don't want that flicking up, so I'm just going to dislodge the hook mechanism, but hopefully the snare and everything all stay attached, so that's going to go up.
Wow.
So the first thing to happen there would be, the good thing is as well, it dispatches a rabbit instantly. It'll break the rabbit's neck so the rabbit's not suffering. And if you are in a woodland where you've got predators, the rabbit's going to be hanging up here, so it should keep it out of the way of stoats and foxes. And when you see that up, it's a good indicator. Obviously you don't need to come close to it to see it, you'll see that that's got something.
Brilliant.
So I'm hoping that's good enough to
okay, we're going to
rewarded.
We're going to go back and have a vote and keep checking it periodically, and we'll see if this works.
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to reset it now.
No, that's it. We'll leave it, yeah. Perfect. Right, I'll come back and see you just before it's got dark in your camp and say goodnight.
All right, awesome, thank you.
Excellent, cheers mate. Say goodnight to these guys. There's their fire going. All right guys.
Good evening.
How you doing? Got your fire going? You right in? Comfortable?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Happy?
Absolutely.
What am I doing wrong? First day, took you up there, Tom. You okay?
Yeah.
Can we see Tom's face? Can't quite see him. There he is. Give us a wave, Tom. Shows everyone you're alive. Are you in there, Amy? Just got to see Amy's face. Just about. See, just give us a wave, Amy. Make sure you're alive. Excellent. So, shelter, fire, water, and food all done. Ready for a good kip?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, cool. Okay, right. See you in the morning, guys. Excellent. Nice one. Right, let's go and find the other team and then go and say goodnight. Make sure they're all cool. Oh, there you got a lovely blazer going. You right, guys?
Yeah.
How you doing? Good first day? Yeah?
Right,
Yeah.
first day, yeah.
Great. Got your fire going. How long are you going to be up for?
Last brew here, having just now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let the fire die out.
Right, well, stay safe. The wind's going to get up. I'll come and see it at first light then, yeah?
Stuff, yeah.
You've got plenty going on anyway. You've got some... what's that you're putting in there now?
It's same mixture we had earlier,
Yeah.
nettles, a little bit of sorrel.
Yeah. Will you be leaving a brew, done an extra one, so when you wake up, if there's no fire, you've already got something to get on with?
I've got enough for the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
So once we've drunk this, we're going to eat what's left then.
Excellent. All right, I'll see you at first light. Sleep well.
Cool.
Nice one. Take care.